Bitcoin gave me a second chance because my money does not have to belong to a centralized bank. I can exit the currency monetary system and take control of my financial independence. And I can do more with DeFi.
Bitcoin is allowing people to have freedom through decentralization and permissionless financial policy. Before Bitcoin, we as a people were enslaved to a financial system owned by a few of the rich and powerful.
Bitcoin is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You might experience an extreme sense of volatility. Bitcoin should not be used if you do not have any patience. Do not buy Bitcoin if you have a history of being a little bitch and a history of not making any money. If you have a history of blaming others for your personal problems, we don't recommend buying Bitcoin.
If you have trouble sleeping, an addiction to watching your portfolio numbers, or an unhealthy gambling problem, we suggest that you call your financial advisor right away. Common side effects may include decreased appetite, nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, asking your mom for more money, and losing 70% of all your net worth in a month.
But on a serious note, once you understand the risks involved with cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, it's easy, well, not easy, but it's easier than other places to actually make money. If you focus on the long term, not guaranteed, but there's a high likelihood that you'll make money in comparison to just focusing on the short-term price volatility, guys. It will leave you sleepless. Like, there's definitely a side effect of cryptocurrency of you not being able to sleep because of the volatility, especially if you put too much money that you're not willing to lose. Now, obviously, I've said, hundreds of times, you never want to invest something in a risk asset as risky as cryptocurrency. It should not be more than 50% of your net worth, but I know some people might have violated that, right? And this is why the volatility in the short term is very easy to get distracted on the long-term vision. And that's where you actually lose money. I'm going to show you right here, as you can see, specifically, if you broaden your time horizon, pretty much if you have bought Bitcoin at any point in history and Bitcoin's history, no matter how long it's been around, if you bought Bitcoin at any time, if you held it for 4 years, pretty much 100% in profit, no matter what. If you look at a time horizon of 4 years, pretty much no one has ever lost money. Long term, it pretty much plays out. The thesis of Bitcoin in general is always going to be bullish. This is why I'm a perma bull, but at the same time, I'm a realistic perma bull. I'm trying to make more money. I'm trying to stack sats. You can't just hold through everything if you could appreciate, Satoshis, right? That's the point. Okay, Bitcoin's going to be 100K at one point. A lot of people believe that. I personally believe in myself. So right now, Bitcoin is currently sitting at around anywhere from $32,000 to $35,000. If that's the case, then we have a solid 3x. Basically, just broaden your time horizon. If you believe in the thesis of crypto, it usually plays out. Compare this to anything in traditional wealth. It takes decades, right, to get these types of percentages. Even if we wait to the next halving, let's say we wait for the next 4 years to the next halving of cryptocurrency. Even in that time horizon, 300%, a 3x to 100K BTC is extremely lucrative. Don't get greedy. Instead of worrying about BTC's price and getting so emotional about it, I'm gonna give you a couple pointers so that you can educate yourself. This is what I do when I'm not worried about the volatility of the asset and I'm worrying about the long-term growth. This is what I do as an investor, okay? Number one, I invest in knowledge, okay? I look at new projects and I try to see what is gonna be on my buying list when the market starts to come back. When we start to gain more momentum, this is the type of plays I'll jump into. Number two, sometimes I generate yield, right? It's very easy to make 10 to 15% APY, which if you look at any other industry, it's pretty much never a thing, right? It's very hard to get these types of returns. It's not promised or guaranteed, but it's highly likely with DeFi applications. I also think about building cash flow. So for you, that can mean maybe a job where you work for performance, maybe asking for extra hours, maybe flipping something on eBay, making a small business to make money. Day trading is a specific skill set. People do it and people can make money. And I've had results from people making money. Day trading is a skill. People can do it, but it's a skill that takes a lot of experience. Something that doesn't take experience is as simple as selling something on eBay that you bought, you want to flip some items. These things can happen at a very quick time with no learning curve. These are really good to survive the bear market so you can buy the dip, right? And dollar cost average in. And then also just building conviction and doubling down on what you know about cryptocurrency. Do you really understand all of the little details of blockchain technology and how innovative it is? Because this right here builds up the case for you to be able to hold through volatility in the future and actually realize those gains in 4 years, as we saw on the chart. So again, like the only thing I would keep you from that is making a mistake like selling too early or not having enough, right? That's the argument that everybody has. They don't have enough Bitcoin. So definitely build more conviction through these volatile times. And you can do these things all while like there's a high likelihood that Bitcoin is going to make you money, right? You're doing all these things to build to the future when you could be staring at the chart and just feeling crazy about it. You can be building your knowledge for the future and actually generating cash flow. And this is where like emotional intelligence comes into play, and where a lot of people just get kind of like stagnant. They freeze. They don't put in the hustle. You're supposed to double down and work harder when there's a higher risk, right? I always recommend for people to do this. And then while you're doing it, your money's actually increasing over time with Bitcoin, right? And this is the type of strategy a lot of OGs, as well as myself, has adopted since being in this space.